This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
Heading to Las Vegas? Thinking of buying, selling, or investing in real estate? From city view lofts, high-rises, lakefront villas, mountain view homes, and all types of residential properties Vegas has to offer. Follow Mia to the road of your dreams to home ownership. Call 702-281-9063 or visit www.benjaminamiacasino.com. Mia is also on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. With Mia Casino, you can be sure you get real estate with integrity. On the Dot is presented by Benjamina Mia Casino. Licensed real estate professional since 2008. License number S01669991 LLC. It's a lunch hour in Vegas, and we're on the Dot with Dot and Mia here on PHLV Radio.
Hello, welcome to On the Dot. It's lunch hour. I hope you're enjoying your lunch. Don't choke on it. Welcome to On the Dot. Once again, this is Dot. I followed Mia on the road to my dreams. And so here I am. But I don't really know if this is my dream. I do dream of helping people, achieve their best, their highest, their purest. Ooh. Hi, I'm Dot again. And my partner here is
Mia, and thank you, Dot, for following your dream and following me.
Yes.
Welcome, everybody, to On the Dot. It's lunch hour.
Lunch hour.
Hello, Dot. How are you?
It's good to be back in the studio. Yeah. We've been doing Zoom for the longest time. I feel like, how do I drive from the home to the studio? And my GPS wasn't working, so I found my way back here. And I said, okay, I found my way home.
We're back to normal.
Back to normal. Here in the studio. So this show is brought to you by Mia, as well as by the, in cooperation with the University of the Philippines Alumni Association in Nevada. And if you're coming from UP, if you're a graduate of the university, you're most welcome to join our association, all right? For only $50, lifetime membership. Yay. Okay, Mia, take it away.
All right. So our topic for today is very apt. It's back to normal for November. And it's thankful and grateful. And is Vegas back to normal?
Viva.
Viva! And as promised, we have not one but two guests today who promised to sing as intro.
Is that so? Okay.
All right. So for our guest, hang on. We have, both of them are safety engineers. They own Heilman OSHA Compliance Institute, a company specializing on occupational safety and health. They help organizations comply with federal and safety regulatory agencies by providing training classes, facility inspections, workers' compensation programs, and protocols. They are both U.S. Department of Labor OSHA authorized instructors. They also are Medic First Aid Training Center. Today, they will share their coverage of the recently concluded SEMA show in Las Vegas. SEMA
is Specialty
Equipment Market Association. Yeah. It started in 1967. They started having their annual show. And it's basically covers all the aftermarket things for automobiles. They also, like the auto manufacturers, come and show too their cars and different things, and their new projects.
All right.
Yeah, and tools, tires. Since the big thing now is a lot of it's four-wheel drive cars stuff too. All the upgrades and everything. So it's a really neat show. Very nice.
Yes.
So please welcome
Yes.
to the show, Norman and Therese
Heilman.
Heilman.
Hey,
Welcome to the
Viva Las Vegas. I promise. These
There
two
you go.
people, I'm going to sing that. So I have
Las
to.
Vegas.
Continue.
Viva. I think those are the only lyrics of that song, right? Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
We have to do the back.
Yeah, we have forgot our timbrels and all that stuff. Yeah, but our theme is being thankful and being grateful. And of course, me and my husband would like to thank PHLV for giving us the opportunity to share the insights we've gotten from the SEMA show, Specialty
right.
Equipment and Marketing Association. It's an annual show, like what Norman said. But prior to that, we are here actually representing not our very own company, but that's our basic livelihood, safety and health, right? But we are here because we were given a very great chance by the Filipino American Media Association of Nevada,
Yes.
headed by no less than Mr. Johan Saison,
Yes.
for giving us the opportunity to cover that event.
Yes.
Goes well with Mr. Saul and, of course, our very own Mr. Bernie Benito. All these
Yes.
people. And, of course, we want to make, as early as now, a shout out to all the SEMA staff.
Okay.
They really work hard. And it's like Las Vegas is their home, too. Because keep in mind, this has been ongoing for a long time. So every year, we really missed last year because, they weren't around, But the head of it all is Mr. Juan Torres. He works so hard. Lori Carlisle and all their staff who
All
has
right.
always been there to assist the media. And, they're the media specialists for the SEMA event every year.
Oh, there was no convention last year.
Yes.
There was nothing last
Yeah.
year.
That's why we're very thankful
Right,
that there's a
Very
semblance
thankful.
of
Yeah.
normalcy in our current context here in the Valley. And I was thinking on the way to the studio, I said, what is normal? Perhaps it's no longer the old normal. We're creating a new one. And even the word normal is kind of just average. It's not
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
So I would say creating a new, say, situation for Las Vegas, a new energy, let's say more vibrant than ever.
Yeah. 'Cause we
More upbeat, more forward-looking, futuristic, something like that. So before you go into the report from the convention, I would like to personally do a shout out for Therese, especially because when the pandemic struck in the first 3 months of 2019, she was the first one who gave a webinar for us, for the UP community, on safety and the protocols for dealing with the pandemic. Remember that, Therese?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you
When
facilitated.
everybody was scrambling for like PPE, where
Yes.
can I get a mask?
Yes.
Where can I? And of course, me and my husband Norman really tried so hard to get our hands into whatever PPE we could get because we have clients too that were in dire need of it, and there was nowhere to be. They were nowhere to be found. And we were driving. California back to Vegas right away just to get our hands on them.
Supplies.
We were meeting suppliers in Barstow.
Yes.
In the middle of the night, believe it or not,
I
because
know, I believe it.
in the midst of pandemic, like early on, people were like, "No, I'm not going out. I'm not." We were meeting suppliers in the state line
Yes.
because we don't want to cross Nevada. If we get locked down or you guys get locked down, we can't go back. The fear because
The
of the
fear.
unknown.
Correct.
We didn't know what was going on.
Right.
We ourselves were basically into the safety and health arena, and we should have somehow guidance on how to deal with protecting yourself and protecting others. But still, there was like a lot of questions.
Yes, that's right.
It was really new,
And there was scarcity. There was nothing.
Yes.
You
Sanitizer.
couldn't find it. Yeah.
True,
yeah,
true.
it was. So
And we really appreciate that the recording we made of that went not really viral, but it was shared by the different members of UP association, and really help a lot of people. So, how do you connect what you do with OSHA and SEMA? Let's have Norman say that.
Okay.
Tell us something about that.
Actually, a lot of it is just going there and seeing how they set things up, and there's a lot of foot traffic and motor traffic around, so just watching over and seeing how well they conduct themselves as far as that goes. And I don't mainly just what safety is looking at the big picture.
Yeah.
And just watching behind the scenes and seeing how everything's being handled. And they did a great job as far as what I saw.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Where was this held?
At the Las Vegas Convention Center.
Okay, and like how many people attended, and how do you relate the whole energy of the convention, this event, with the safety of the valley,
thing.
people in the
Okay.
valley?
Yep. It is okay. First of all, of course, the very reason why a lot of events were canceled was because of the concern of the transmission of the virus. And keep in mind, many months, like maybe 5-6 months ago, or even late last year, we were on the list for like a very high transmission rate, and which is why even tourists weren't coming. I still have friends and clients up to now calling me, asking me, how's the Vegas situation? And I tell them, I'm sorry, do you read the papers? Do you even watch that? We've been normal for a while. And they go, normal? There isn't a normal. Well, we found a way. From Las Vegas, people from Las Vegas always find a way.
Oh, yes.
Despite the situation, to just find a little bit of entertainment, because we're known for that. So, but then after all, of course, SEMA went through a lot of meetings, a lot of discussions. Are we going to push through with this? But the industry is clamoring for it. You cannot keep these people in the industry like for another year without doing anything. And of course, we need this to help the economy get back on its feet. Yeah. So when we went there, we were like, oh my God, there's a lot of people, But you'll see, in as far as protocols were concerned, there were people that literally were holding banners or placards saying, face mask, please. So as you enter the door of the halls, because there were exhibits outside too. Outside, you don't have to worry about it, but we were like closely like monitoring ourselves. Are we maintaining, social distance, But of course, in that kind of event, that's really quite impossible to really do. So you just don't take off your mask. So they have people like that. And then for people, because this event was already open to some people coming from other countries, right? So, and then before you leave the States, you have to go through a PCR test to be able to get to board your flight, right? They have an area in the North Hall where participants who are living can get tested.
Oh,
So they have an on-site PCR testing. Yes, and it was really, as always, SEMA always does a good job, the organizers. Well, even though they said that the participation this year was 40% down from the last one, which was 2019. In 2019, there were about 2,400 companies, exhibitors, and like that. There were 3,300 media representatives. There were 162,000 individuals. So it was cut off by at least 40%. But
exhibitors.
And with the addition of the West Hall, which is about 1.4 million square feet, added to the already existing 2.5 million square feet of the convention center, it really gives you a whole lot of space, But safety was always there. Of course, there are people that would be like, backsliding a little bit, maybe being complacent and comfortable around that thing. But yeah, it was observed. And of course, as safety and health professionals, that's always in your mind. We go to a friend's house, you sit down and start look around, you know. I remember I had friends that wouldn't even invite me to their houses because, oh, you don't want to invite her because she's going to start talking about your electrical, you know, cords laying around and stuff like that, you know. Because it's always the case. You go in the store, you look around like, okay, where's the exit? Where's the, you know, what do I do when something happens?
Okay. All right. So
It's the awareness that you always have.
situational awareness,
Yeah,
right? Yes.
and Norman has always been critical of that too, and he would.
Are you in the military?
No,
Okay.
actually, just I don't know. It's funny. I relate a lot of that. I used to trim trees for a living, and there's a lot of safety involved in that. And after you do a job like that, you look at trees when you're like sitting in a parking lot, and you see in your mind exactly how things should be when you're looking at it. Oh, you
Correct
take
it.
this off, you do that or that. And it's the same thing as far as safety. When you walk into a room, the first thing you look at is a place of egress, just in case something happens, you need to leave, or, you know, and just kind of give it a wide a look at, you know, the receptacles, this, that, different things, you know. And I don't consider it like nitpicking. It's just, it's like everybody looks at things differently. I just like to scan things and look and see what it's all about.
Yes. I think it's a training as well. It's a kind of
Yeah.
habit.
Yeah, it's a habit.
It is.
Yes.
It's part of your system.
And when you're in the safety arena, it really gets to where you do it a lot, and you have to. I mean, you're not going to go around pointing your fingers, but if you see something that's like a red line thing, they tell you, and I know this from working in power plants and different things, stop work. If it's dangerous, you don't let people go along, you know, and try and explain to them why or nothing. You just stop it. Then you get to the core of the situation, go from there.
Right,
Hopefully
right.
regain work soon, you know. Sometimes it takes a while.
Yep.
I'm glad we're talking about that. Yes, Mia,
Oh,
you
no,
were
no.
going to say
I'm listening to them.
Okay.
Very
Another
chill.
thing I wanted to add too about the people that were talking or watching the people monitoring their masks and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of them it was really neat because they were thanking people. They would look at your badge and they'd go, Norman, thank you for wearing a mask.
Oh,
And I
that's
thought
good.
that was a very
yeah.
good personal touch.
It is called the affirmation of positive
Affirmation, yeah,
behavior.
positive, yes.
Exactly.
That's
yeah.
what we do to our children. Let me just shift a little bit here.
Uh-huh.
When we want to discipline our children, we look for the positive behavior and affirm that.
And thank you.
Yes, instead of nitpicking on the negative behavior or
what they
like, why did you leave this thing out? Blah 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 blah. You say, oh, thank you for covering that, or thank you for pushing your chair back in. You know,
Thank you
something
for putting your toys away.
so thank you for putting your mask on. Thank
Thank you for smiling.
Kuya Yo, thank you for putting this plexiglass. What is this? This
Yes,
thing
the
in front of
plexi.
it. Thank you for the
Barrier.
safety
It's
of the
barrier,
studio. Yes, thank
they
you for
call
the hand sanitizers all around us.
We have
Yeah.
everything.
Las Vegas, thank you for being who you are, what you are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
a
because
lot
it's part of the gratitude.
Yes, yes.
The
Sometimes
attitude.
there are simple things that we ignore. They're just there, like a very simple thing of, okay, what is this? Oh, this is, disinfectant wipes. And you're like, okay, we used to have that before already, keep in mind, but we just ignore. We already have all these things before, but it wasn't until the COVID that everybody, you'll be surprised because nobody heard of PPE before, even, and keep in mind, even people that are in the workplace. What is PPE? They do not even know. They just keep saying PPE because if you remember on the news, it's just being talked about PPE. So they start talking about the mask. But what does really PPE stand for?
What does PPE
Nobody's
stand for?
Personal protective equipment.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
And
So
that's
it includes everything.
everything from
that
the head
protects
to the
you.
foot.
That's right.
To the and also, if I may add to that, people started talking, oh, we're out of PPE. And you start asking them, what do you need? Well, we need a PPE.
Exactly
I said, what PPE do you need? You know,
Which
because
one?
just simply because they didn't know what PPE stands for, you know. And you'll be surprised too that people started like wearing mask, right? And I think I mentioned this when we had the orientation, you know, some type of a briefing on those things when pandemic was starting. They didn't even know that they think a mask is a mask. You know, it's like, no, you just don't wear any other mask. There are so many. So at that time, it was like we were saying, like, okay, everybody's losing their jobs, but we picked up because that was a time people were needing written programs, people were needing protocols, because even up to now, protocols keep changing, you know. This is required, this is not required. Then all of a sudden, after 2 days, it's a different thing. And of course, you know, inspection was hard to do because there was no face-to-face. So inspections were being done virtually too.
So would you say that the convention of SEMA is, excuse me, is a model for safety
Yes.
and what else, for foreign investors coming here
Yes.
on how to conduct their exhibits
Yes.
and conventions? Yes,
I would say so.
Yes.
And
What changed, Therese or Norman? What changed from the 2019 kind of convention compared to the current one in terms of safety and protection?
Well, the masks for one thing, and you know, distancing certain places and stuff like that. Hygiene, and like you could see it in the restrooms and things like that. They're offering more hygiene as far as making sure everybody's going to be I should say, making it available so they can wash their hands and things, and that they do a really good job at the convention center as far as providing facilities in different areas to do that. And as far as the eating and stuff, they had some really good areas to eat and stuff, which were pretty spacious. You know, it wasn't like people were on top of each other. And in years past, you would see where you'd have to wait for like a table to sit down at and eat. You know, so you wait with your food, and people were really good about it. They did the best they could, but you could see that they expanded all their eating areas and different things like that, and there was a lot of police presence there.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah, which made you know that, you know, you weren't going to step out in the street and get ran over or nothing like that, unless you really tried. But it was they did a really good job as far as the security. I really liked that.
Did they control the influx of the attendees? Did they have a time frame for you?
Actually, you could just get there. I think it went from like 8 to 5, and then they would. That was, you know, and then the last day, it went from 8 to 3, I think, as far as the exhibitors and everything. And then they left, and they had it's like a cruise. What they do is take all the cars that were showcased inside the show, and they all go on like a little parade lap around the area and stuff. Go through some of the parking lots and down the roads and stuff. And they can't really block everything off, but, you know, because Las Vegas is very crowded around that time anyway, and it's just, you know, it was a very good, you know, the show was very good. It made me very thankful that it had come back, and it had come back very strong, even for the lack of vendors. And it definitely gave you an idea that there was a reasonable, you know, explanation that all the vendors weren't there. But you can rest assured that next year, barring any kind of situations, it's going to come back very strong and make us even more grateful and thankful, you know.
Let's look at that from on the video that Kuya Yo is showing us. Yes.
Wow.
For those on the radio, if you're just listening to the audio, let me just describe cars, wheels, people.
Wow,
That's
nice
a
cars.
Yes,
people here and
exhibits.
there.
Yes, people.
Yeah, and you know, whenever we go to shows, of course, we look beyond what's on the show. Like here, it's all cars. It's all, you know. So you're in the safety and health. What have you got to do? No, there's more to it than that.
Yes.
We look through every piece of equipment that's there, focusing on safety. So, okay, what's a safety aspect of that car? Because they have those
Right,
things there, right? But what I really look into when I go to shows like that are products that not only enhance the physical makeup of the car or the equipment, but what it adds aside from that as a value added feature for your car. This year, I was so glad I really saw this exhibitor. The name of the exhibitor is Ozone. And this is a company that, I don't want to, further advertisements about them, but I just want to talk about how amazing the product is that they came up with. They came up with some type of, it's not an air filter, but for lack of better layman terms, let's call it that way. They came up with this, and it's made in Italy, okay? And it sanitizes
The air conditioning.
the air
right?
conditioning
Yeah.
system, the room itself, the
Right.
car, hotels, name it. You can do it in every place, hospital, hotel rooms. It's whatever location that you want. And this machine, that's why I was so happy seeing this one, was it has been certified to kill COVID virus.
Oh,
Is that
nice,
so?
yeah.
Yes.
So our problems are solved.
Problems are solved.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, it's a machine. It's a machine.
It's a
And
machine.
it goes on different levels. Level 1 is for a car. Level 2 is for a small office. Level 3 is for, and of course you don't leave it on while you're there. You need to
Alright.
leave the room.
Yes.
So this is very good. It's they exhibited it for the cars that sometimes you see this, like this vehicle has been sanitized, but it goes beyond sanitation because they are certified and endorsed as a machine that could kill the COVID virus specifically. So it's really like, I hope that one of these days, we spoke to the owner a lot, and we were like, oh, you're making me think now, when he found out that we're OSHA stuff,
Could
right?
be part of OSHA.
You're making me
OSHA,
think now,
yeah.
I said, well, OSHA does not endorse a product, does not certify a product, but in the way of how you present, housekeeping and all those things, and hazard communication, you can somehow make recommendations, our safety and health professionals, on how you deal with all these things that are going on. Because whether we like it or not, in a lot of things, COVID is always the topic. You hear that in coffee shops. You hear that they're negative, they're positive, but depending on who's talking, right? So I was really very, very glad because we cater to a lot of facilities, and this is one thing that can be used by them. I mean, we're not selling it, but we're looking at it in a manner of, wow, this is a great solution for every household, for every office, medical clinics, dental, you name it, and every car. And you only do it 2 times a year.
2 times a year. 2 times a year. Okay, that's a wow.
That's
Hold
a
on.
wow.
Yeah, that's a wow. So,
I actually heard
Yeah.
about ozone one time when I was selling a house, and it smelled like cigarette smoke, and that was the only solution to remove that cigarette smoke smell, ozone.
excuse me. So the house smelled of cigarette smoke.
cigarette
So
smoke, yeah.
ozone removed the smell.
It was the recommendation.
Recommendation. Did it work
It will.
at that time, or did the owner use that one?
My buyer didn't buy that house
Okay.
because she was allergic.
Allergic to smoke.
But that was the recommendation to remove the smell.
Another thing that's nice about that product is that the layman person can use it just by reading the manual and simply knowing how to do it. You don't have to go through any professional training or anything like that, or
User-friendly.
hire a professional to come in and do it. You could do it yourself, or you could go into business doing it if you wanted to.
It's a game
It's
changer.
I was very impressed that they.
That is awesome. That's a really wow
good to
thing.
know it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
kills
it is.
COVID,
And then
yeah.
we like I said, hopefully the owners get us to go to their plant in Florida one of these
Okay.
days. I will
Alright.
not be, because he was really talking great levels into like, well, we want to work with you because, our product is in that area. I said, well, you can call us anytime.
All right.
And,
That's really
as soon
awesome.
as we have all the information, then
It's a breakthrough.
Yeah. Because it's a product, but you just don't endorse a product without seeing all the, details of
Yes.
it and the certifications. Because, every time there is a product that is out in the market, the first thing you want to look at is the certification.
But this ozone was at an exhibitor.
Yes.
Yes.
They were.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
All
were.
righty.
They were.
So it's not just the car itself, but the
No, they have accessories to the car. They have anything and everything
Awesome.
related to a car.
Okay. All right. So
Yes.
hold on. We'll take a short break because it's about time. And we want to thank our sponsor, Mia Casino. Yay.
Heading to Las Vegas? Thinking of buying, selling, or investing in real estate? From city view lofts, high rises, lakefront villas, mountain view homes, and all types of residential properties Vegas has to offer. Follow Mia to the road of your dreams to home ownership. Call 702-281-9063 or visit www.benjaminamiacasino.com. Mia is also on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. With Mia Casino, you can be sure you get real estate with integrity.
Just like a friend from back home. This Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
On the Dot is presented by Benjamina Mia Casino. Licensed real estate professional since 2008. License number S01669991 LLC.
Welcome back to On the Dot. And just so you know, and just so I remind myself, we are now 1 year old. Yay! On the Dot is 1 year old over at phlvradio.com. And this is a brainchild of my partner here, Mia Casino. And yes.
1 year
And-
old.
Yes. And this is in cooperation with UP, the University of the Philippines Alumni Association of Nevada. In Nevada, not of. And we have an alumna with us, Therese Heilman. You are an alumna, aren't you?
Yep.
Yep. And her beloved, Norman. Yes, and they're going to sing. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Viva!
Mia Las Vegas.
Mia Las Vegas. So we're talking about, our topic is,
I heard Norman's gonna dance now.
You got me to do karaoke now. I don't know. If I'm
That's
gonna
good enough.
dance.
why not? Why not? We have realized through the year, through the 12 months that we've been sitting here, we have covered a range of topics. And initially, we thought it would be just be, life coaching on air and
Love coaching.
love coaching, interacting with our viewers on, what their lives and how to make the best out of their lives. And we have extended ourselves. We have pushed through our limitations. And now here we are talking about machines and safety and the big picture of Las Vegas and everything that has to do with the bigness, the largeness of life in the valley. Recently, me and I watched Sting concert. That's
Yes.
open now. Concerts are
It was
open.
packed.
Concerts
did you
are
watch
open.
Yes,
Life
it was
is
packed.
beautiful.
There was
It's-
no,
Yes.
there was no social distancing.
No, nothing.
But we were asked for our
Negative COVID.
yes.
Yeah. Negative COVID
Yes.
and
testing.
vaccination card.
Vaccination
Yes.
card.
Yes.
And EDC as
And
well. That's massive. That's a massive
Oh,
concert.
Yeah, that one is more.
But it was
It's the
packed.
world's largest and best concert. They say festival. They say
Yeah.
music festival
But
or
it was
arts.
so worth it.
Yes. Were you there, Mia?
Were you there?
I was there only in my imagination, okay? Because we
You were in the
had
same
our
row.
virtual grand reunion on air. Online. So I wasn't there, but my son was there. Then the life is beautiful. So now we're here talking about SEMA, and in relation with what our guests experience in this convention. So we're back to you, camera back to you, Therese and Norman, and you're going to talk about something else that's also wow worthy because we're talking gratitude and thankfulness. So thank you for sharing your experiences. So
it's
come
our
on,
pleasure.
wow us some more.
Okay, wow, you some more. There is, like I said, that was my greatest takeaway from that show, that product.
That
you know,
ozone.
it really, I was amazed. The next one is the Tesla loop.
The Tesla loop.
Tesla
Sounds
loop.
like
Elon
know.
Musk.
Tesla loop.
Tesla.
sounds
It's
like
now
a-
called a loop, but actually it is part of the Tesla subway.
Wow.
You know, the Tesla subway actually was approved by the county, by Las Vegas, by the state of Nevada. That is supposed to take 157,000 people per hour
Wow.
in 29-mile
Loop.
loop.
Yeah.
From where to where?
It is supposed to connect all the hotels.
Oh.
But right now, they got done right on time for the SEMA show. They got done with the 1.7 loop connecting the West Hall, the Central Hall, and the South Hall.
Tell us
So
about
if
this
you
one.
are
What is
driving
it?
by or passing by the convention area, you're going to say, oh, there's SEMA. There's not a lot of people. Reason being, the people are there in the subway taking the Tesla cars
Oh.
from one hall to the other because it takes a lot of walking to be able to go from one hall to the next to the next. And if you park, depending on where you park, you're going to travel all the way back the same amount of mileage that,
Oh, I
you
walked
did.
that.
Oh my goodness,
Oh, it
it's a
was-
long walk.
yeah.
So the Tesla loop really was an awesome experience, and it's really a loop. It's a tunnel. It's a tunnel, and all Tesla cars. Thank you to Elon Musk,
Okay,
for coming
yes.
up with this idea, and of course us, because we don't own Tesla cars. We had
Now you want to
great
get a Tesla
experience of being in a Tesla car. And Norman, of course, is an expert on that when it comes to like
Oh
how
yeah,
the car.
I had first-hand experience in that during the vaccination for my son. I walked that in the heat, under the heat. Yeah, that loop.
place? Really?
Yep.
Yeah, because I went from what was that, the east to the west.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
goodness. Yeah, that was hard.
It was a lot of.
So what was it like? So you took the Tesla and then what?
Yeah, they just they have all their different models too out there. They're showcasing their cars, which is very wise for them.
Just the cars.
And you just go if you wanted to go, like say you were at the west end, you'd get in the car and first you'd tell them where you wanted to go. Say you wanted to go to the east end, you would go ahead and get in the car, and the chauffeur would take you.
Oh, I thought it was driverless.
No, and you went like underneath
Why
in a
not?
tunnel.
Tunnel.
And you went through the tunnel. First, you would go to the central area, and then you would go from there to the east, if that's where you wanted to go. And you could get out at each one. And it was nice because wherever you parked, and if you did have to go all the way across, it didn't feel like you were trudging across the tundra or anything. You were. You just go to the station, get in the car, and go to where you wanted to go, and you were close by where your destination was.
That is really awesome. Hold
Do
on.
you feel safe though, being enclosed in the car?
Yeah. Kinda.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
With the
Everybody's-
COVID, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's wearing a mask, and their cars are
Well,
of course, they're
definitely
sanitized. Yes.
sanitized, disinfected.
If we have audience, we have questions from Facebook or from the website. Go ahead and just type in your questions or your comments because we want to interact with you as well. Maybe you have questions for our guests here, and if they can answer your questions, they will do that as well. So we're talking about Tesla once again. So the loop. So what's the most aha for you here? Oh, here we are. We're showing that Kuya Yo is such an excellent researcher. He just goes on and on.
Of
Look at that.
course.
Courtesy of, I don't know, something. So, yeah,
Patrick
what was the wowest for you there?
Fitzsimmons,
The
courtesy of
wowest
Patrick
for me in the
in,
show.
that, in that loop?
And that loop. As the car goes through the tunnel, there are lights. You know, it's the tunnel is lighted, and as you go through the different areas, the color of the light changes.
Oh.
So it's like, oh, okay, I'm now in a different, hall.
Oh, there we go. There we
I'm
go.
not
Now
in
we're
it.
showing
It's
it.
really very awesome. And
you
if
describe
you're
the
looking like,
Tesla?
yeah.
Can you
it's
describe
really-
that
It
for
was
our-
it was an amazing experience.
Can you
There's
describe
the,
that to our viewers
the
or
Tesla
listeners?
subway,
who are-
courtesy of Patrick
See, now
Fitzsimmons.
it's pink.
now
Right.
it's pink.
Oh,
We're going
there's
through
the
the
light that-
tunnel.
It's
So
a tunnel. Now it's blue.
this
It
video
changes.
is
It
courtesy
changes.
of Patrick Fitzsimmons.
During the SEMA convention, the rides were free if you're an attendee. I mean, if you have the badge for the
Yeah.
SEMA. But down the road, when it starts in full operation, like in the 29 miles of how it's intended to be, they're gonna start charging, I think, $5 to $25.
Okay.
Depending on where you're going, I guess, But number one thing to hear is it's gonna reduce a lot of traffic in the strip.
Okay. All right. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's environment friendly cars.
Yes.
It's
that's-
really amazing.
Is that
Really
the tunnel you walked in? Yeah.
A lot of reduce a lot of DUIs too.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, definitely.
True.
Well, and that'll be good too, because if they connect that to the stadium, because I've always wondered how they have get all the people into the Allegiant Stadium when you don't see a lot of parking around. there.
Yeah.
So there's got to be some way to get the people shuttled there, and I'm sure that their intentions are to use that also.
Are you saying that the tunnel will be constructed underneath
Connecting the hotels.
Yeah.
Subway.
everywhere here in the valley?
It's subway.
And is it ongoing?
Yes.
All right.
They're about to finish the one that will connect the west to the Resorts World.
All right.
Matter of fact, if you go to Resorts World, you'll see the elevators down already.
Okay.
But it's off limits
For now,
at this
yeah.
time for now. Well, at least at that time we were there about when they opened in June. But construction is ongoing. Hadn't
Wow.
it been for the COVID, this thing would have been going on for like maybe half the strip.
Yeah, this is
Nice.
giving me goosebumps.
I know.
You know,
Yes,
it's
yes.
making our city so world class.
Yes,
and
exactly.
It's amazing to be
Exactly.
living in this place at this time, no?
Yeah.
Like even
Plus,
in the
if it's
future.
not for that electric car, you would not be able
You
to
can't have
have
that. Tunnel because the
Right.
Mm.
combustion.
I see.
exhaust that it's gonna
yes,
create.
That is so true.
But because it's electric car,
Very good.
happened.
Wow.
it's an amazing thing. And we were like, when we were picking up our media badge, we were talking about, oh my God, we had to walk. And the lady was saying, well, take the loop, the Tesla loop. We were looking at each other because we know there's a thing going on like that. Matter of fact, Norman was asking me, like, is the tunnel already? I said, I don't think so, because from what I saw when we were at Resorts World, and then this lady started talking about that and describing to us where, I'm like, okay, might as well,
Might as well take it.
Also
Yeah.
for the
Enjoy
rest
it.
of the week, we were just having fun.
No wonder it's the wowest thing for
Yes,
you.
yes.
It would have been for me too.
Oh yeah.
You'll be proud
That's
of
an
Las Vegas.
experience.
Oh, my
yeah.
You'll be proud of Las Vegas, and you'll hear from people, because a lot of these people are coming from other places, other states, other countries. You'll hear from people like, oh my God, this is awesome, this is great, this is Las Vegas, is really blah blah blah.
Yeah, because I was wondering before why the monorail wouldn't do that, like connect all the hotels. I'm glad that they thought of that.
Yes. So we have the monorail, and then we have the underground, the tunnel.
Yeah,
So
the underground.
works
It's
both
the
ways.
underground is I'm not an engineer, but somehow the subway is not that hard to build here or to put up here, because Las Vegas is not a rainy We don't have like large
A lot of
sewers
floods.
and
No.
you know all those
Uh-huh.
things.
Yes,
That we don't
yes.
have floods and stuff.
Awesome.
So the tunnel is really the best way to connect all. And hopefully down the road we're gonna have it around the city.
Right, right. So
Nice.
I was also thinking last night that when we hear of people giving us doom and gloom scenarios for the future, this is life is going to be bad from now on. I was thinking that the naysayers, the doomsayers, are not taking into account the creativity of the human spirit, the human brain. They're not taking into account, or they're dismissing entirely the idea that grace exists.
Yeah.
All these things that are not accessible to the average human mind is average to the mind that is open. And so it feels like our gratitude item for today, our topic for today, our gratitude focus for this On the Dots episode is technology.
Yep.
The largeness of technology, the limitlessness of technology. And we don't just dismiss all the possibilities here, because for the doomsayers, back to them, they're just canceling out. They're just assuming that all the variables will remain constant. All the variables in life are non-negotiable. But in this case, like you have shared with us, Therese and Norman, and our viewers here, that such limitlessness of the mind exists.
And keep in mind, you go back to the old adage that says necessity is the mother of invention.
Yes.
There's a need for it, and there are people that even before the need exists, they already have it.
The visionaries.
Yes.
Yes, they have the
Yes.
vision for the
Who-
unseen.
Who would even think that Las Vegas from 50 years ago will be what it is right now?
Right.
I remember like 30 years ago, I have a friend that was moving here, and he started asking me. He said, "Well, Therese, I'm moving to Las Vegas." And I said, "Las Vegas?
Why?
What are you going to do there? What are you going to do there?" And then he started telling me, and this was 30 years ago, he started telling me, "Well, you should go and see Las Vegas." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll take you up on that later."
Where were you before that?
I was in Chicago.
Okay.
But then, look at me.
Viva.
2 years after he said that to me, I came over because I was invited by a friend. Because I always gravitate towards lights.
Okay.
And Las Vegas is a lot of that, right?
The lights.
The plane was coming down, and I was looking down, and I'm like, "Oh my God!"
The
And,
lights.
we came at night.
Uh-huh.
So, and then from then on, I'm coming back. I'm
You fell
moving
in
there.
love.
Yeah. Here I am.
How were you born in Las Vegas, Norman?
No, I was born in the central coast of California, small town called Atascadero.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's-
And
and,
how did you get here?
I never thought I would have came here before I met my wife.
Oh, it's her fault.
No, it was actually a benefit. I don't know.
Yeah, that is just
You seek out goodness in everything. I
Okay,
think our situation, everything just kind of pointed to needing to go to a metropolitan area for our business to do better and to be able to do things. And it was a lot easier to adapt to the city from the country than it would have been going the other way.
the
I
other way,
think.
right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of life is what you make of it. You gotta. It's like you guys were talking about naysayers and stuff, and it's like you think about people that are. There's people that are very smart, very intelligent, but if you don't have the wisdom to apply that intelligence, you're not gonna get near as far as the person who has moderate intelligence and has a lot of wisdom. Is willing to adapt, willing to, work with his tools he has and do the best he can.
Oh, yeah.
And then you instantly become complacent when you do that and make yourself more eager and seek more wisdom.
Yes. I love that. Like a passion for life, right?
Yeah, that's what our former guest was saying, right? Malu? You have to have wisdom.
Who are you talking about?
Malu Chongsan.
Oh, Malu, yes, last
More
time.
than education, it's
Intelligence,
wisdom.
right.
Yeah, more than
Right.
Yeah, I'm not
intelligence.
saying none of that's important. It is. It's very important. But nothing goes good without a plan.
All
You
right,
kind of gotta have
yes.
something in your mind.
Yeah, what do you do about
to
it?
go, you know,
Yes.
to step off of and go to where your destiny will take you.
You need to apply it.
As we always say,
Exactly.
if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah, you sound like my army husband. Yeah. So if I'm gonna ask the viewers and you as well, if you were to rename Las Vegas from Sin City, knowing all these, all the potentials, are infinite possibilities, what would your new name for Las Vegas be? So type in your answers if you're interested. If you have no answer, it's okay. What would your name be? Your rename?
I would call it like I call my grandbaby in Australia, an amazing city.
An amazing city.
Like my amazing baby in Australia. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna call
Thank you
it.
for
Really
your-
amazing city.
It is an amazing city.
Yeah.
What would your name be, Mia?
I'll think of something. How about you? What should
Oh
you
my
call
God.
it?
I don't even know my answer to that question. How about you, Norman?
I'll think of
Pass
something,
the ball to you. And Kuya Yo, type in your answer. Yeah. It's not the city of lights because we are more than just lights, Or
How
the
about
city.
calling it the city of life?
The city. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's
The
nice.
The
city
city
of
of
life.
life.
Because life encompasses everything.
Okay, that's the winner. No more answers.
May nanalo
Thank
na.
you. No, good job, Dave.
The city of life.
Yeah.
Because life is beautiful. It happens here.
Life is beautiful.
Yes. The Electric Days
Life is
Carnival.
good. Life is
good.
beautiful.
So
Life encompasses everything.
I love it.
Life
So,
City.
Life City. The
Yes.
city of life. It's alive.
What's
It's
Viva?
vibrant.
What is Viva? What does
Viva
Viva
is
mean?
Long
like,
live. It
yeah.
means
Long
long
live.
live.
There.
Viva
Yeah.
Las Vegas means long live the meadows.
Yes.
If you
Vegas.
translate that in
Yes,
English.
meadows.
Vegas is meadows.
And if we translated that in Tagalog, in Filipino,
Mabuhay.
mabuhay. And buhay is
Life.
All right.
there you
Mabuhay,
go.
Las Vegas.
Mabuhay.
Ay, nako. I love our
Mabuhay.
I will
session for
change it to
today.
Mabuhay.
City of Mabuhay.
Let's wait
Mabuhay.
until a
It's called
Filipino.
Mabuhay now.
Let's wait until a Filipino gets to be a mayor. Then maybe
Are you
that's
are
gonna
you
happen.
running for
No.
that? Mia, are you? Mia would be a
Politics
good
is
mayor
not in my
here.
blood.
Kuya Yo. Kuya Yo
Yo
could be a
will be
mayor
mayor.
here. Yeah.
It's gonna be
Mayor.
called
May-
Mabuhay now.
Kuya Mayor.
Mayor.
Kuya Mayor.
Mabuhay City.
Dreams come true.
Sounds
Oh
good.
yeah, may your dreams come true.
Oh, love it, love it. So, what would your last words be for our viewers? We have a few more minutes. We have
Okay,
a
your
lot
last words.
more time than it looks like here on the clock. What would your words for our readers, our viewers?
Viewers, listeners.
With relating everything to thankfulness and gratitude and the city of life and your experiences. Let's go with you first, Therese.
Okay. Parting words, and my friends always hear this from me. Life is short, so enjoy every minute of life. Live the moment. Do not live in the past, nor live in the future, because tomorrow is never promised.
Yay.
I'll leave you with that.
Awesome. Wala ba tayong clap dyan?
Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Teresa! Viva! Okay, let's go to our next Viva. Norman.
I just say never give up. Just, it's like we went through some setbacks the last, 18 months or so. And, but you've seen a lot of goodness come from it too because of that happening. There's been we've arrived at situations that we've been able to overcome. Even like, you guys doing things on Zoom, and things like that. Now people are counseling on it. They're doing their jobs on it. I mean, we can do safety training with it, and you can even do hands-on with it.
Yeah.
You know, before it was, they were going to a lot of computer-based training at my former job, and I noticed a lot of people like, we got to do that, you know, and they didn't like it and stuff. And the reason why is one thing that was nice about going to hands-on training is you learned something whether you liked it or not, because you were there and you were watching the people interacting, and with the Zoom and things like that, we've adapted to where it can be done. It's definitely not our choice every time, but it is something that we just got to remember that if we have a setback or something like that, or run into a situation, you just have to work your way through it. Sometimes it takes 10 minutes, sometimes it takes 10 hours, even longer, you know.
Yeah.
We can make it.
Yes.
And that's the thing. And I have a lot of faith with people. I think that, like you say, we have naysayers out there. But if enough people show them that it can be done, maybe they'll flip their script, you know.
Yeah. True.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, we can be the yay sayers.
The yay
Yeah,
sayer.
exactly.
Because
Indeed.
we are Americans, not Americanot. We are not Americant. We are Americans.
Just like they say, if there's a will,
Yeah.
there's a want.
There's a will, there's a want.
That's inspiring.
Okay, give you back your want. I will just have my will because, you know, I'm Mary Yes. Or a yay sayer, Mia. Oh my God, Mia, I'm so corny, right?
I know the two of you.
So corny.
Live the moment.
You're both my friends.
All right, so
That's why birds of the same feathers are
Our
birds.
birds. Yes.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought you were going to say birds of the same feather are beautiful together.
Are birds.
Our birds. All
Thank
right.
you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Fly us
too.
out of here, Mia.
Thank you,
Thank
Therese
you. Thank
and
you.
Norman.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. It's
you.
very nice to come. Very
And anything and
feel
everything.
very
like
comfortable.
Yeah, your viewers and your listeners, if they have any questions about occupational safety and health, they have problems with labor issues, they have problems with workers' comp, facility inspections, you know, they could just
Just
you know.
give us a
Oh, there
there.
it
We're
is.
give
gonna-
us a buzz. You know,
We're
we'll
gonna
try to help out.
flash it here in a bit. Heilman OSHA Compliance Institute.
Yep.
Your total.
Safety, compliance, and training resource. We do all sorts of training classes.
Right. So you are the safety that people refer to when they say be safe.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Hey, Mia.
So I leave you with a quote from Jodie Foster. Normal is not something to aspire to. It's something to get away from.
Okay. Get away from normal. Get away from average.
That
be
gives me a lot of
above.
thinking to do.
Be above average. Be super normal. All right. Super Norman. Bye, everyone. Thank you. See you
Okay.
again.
Bye,
next
everybody.
week.
Thank you for listening, and I hope
Bye.
we
Thank
gave
you.
you some thoughts on good thoughts.
Yay. Contact
Thank you
me.
so much. Stay safe.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Heading to Las Vegas? Thinking of buying, selling, or investing in real estate? From city view lofts, high rises, lakefront villas, mountain view homes, and all types of residential properties Vegas has to offer. Follow Mia to the road of your dreams to home ownership. Call 702-281-9063 or visit www.benjaminamiacasino.com. Mia is also on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. With Mia Casino, you can be sure you get real estate with integrity.
Just like a friend from back home. This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.